Morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. I remembered, and I didn't even have to check. Yay! Um, as you probably know, because I've talked about them before, we have two guinea pigs called Derek and Jamie. And Derek and Jamie live in my study. If you look down over here, you can just see Jamie having a bit of a poodle around. Jamie is... Derek there as well? No, Derek's having a bit of quiet time. They're brothers. We got them from friends of ours who discovered that the guinea pig female they'd bought, a sow, was unexpectedly pregnant, having arrived pregnant. And so we got Derek and Jamie when they were both proved to be boys. So that if one was a brother, one was a sister, we didn't end up with 70,000 guinea pigs by Easter. And we just love them. They are great. They've been an amazing tonic for us for the last few months. They provide us with lots of entertainment. They shout and squeak a lot. You can't open the fridge door or rustle a packet without them completely doing a Pavlov's dog thing and going crazy about expecting some food. And they've got quite used to being handled, and Lucas just adores them. And it's lovely to have them as part of our family. So we do what lots of people do. You see, we watch our guinea pigs play and we think, oh, Derek's feeling a bit grumpy, and Jamie's having a bit of me time, and and they squabble over a bit of food, and we almost do a bit of kind of commentary sometimes on their behaviour. And they do what guinea pigs do. They play, especially when they're young, like all animals play. They do what's called popcorning, which you've never seen. It's really funny. They just basically leap up in the air right where they are, and they run around in laps, creating all kinds of adventures for themselves. At the moment, some of their run, which we use outside, is set up on the floor with a waterproof picnic blanket underneath it, which they rather enjoy as well. So we project all kinds of intention and emotion and thoughts and feelings onto their playing. And, the least fun behavioral scientists would say, well, they're not playing, they're busy learning. You see, like all of our play, all animals play, essentially is about learning. It's about skills. When young lions tumble and fight and chase each other, they're practicing without even knowing it. They're practicing their hunting skills so that they'll survive, and all of their play is assumed to be about survival. But then we hear stories of things like birds of prey, large birds of prey, being found flying in the kind of altitudes that aircraft fly when they fly across between continents. There's no reason why a buzzard or an eagle or a vulture should be best part of 25,000 feet up in the air, unless it's just having some fun. Who knows? Who knows? So one of the things that Jesus said, which we can unpack in all kinds of directions, and it's very revealing actually how we do that, is he once said to his disciples and to others who were listening, unless you become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of God. Now, that suits an agenda that says children should be quiet and sit in the corner because God's the great big head teacher who wags a finger and is in charge, is the authoritarian disciplinarian of the universe, and know your place as a little person. I'm glad, I think, to be in the majority. I understand that to be quite a different thing, and that invitation is about questions and about wonder and about not becoming sort of cynical, and embarrassed. And one of the great joys of little children is that they just aren't bothered. They're not bothered about what you think of them or what they look like, or they're just not bothered. And it's a real tonic to be in the presence of children when they are like that. We bought ourselves a present. Well, I bought us a present. One of the joys of being in lockdown, the four of us together, has been occasionally we've got together and done something together. So we did some hammer beading, and I showed once before, I'll show it again. I invented coronavirus coasters out of hammer beads. So that goes under my coffee cup. I've made quite a few. They've gone to family and to a couple of friends. I've had lots of interest from others who've seen them to say, oh, can we order coronavirus coasters? And the answer is no. I have other things to do with my time. But it's been quite fun to sit around the table, actually. Doesn't matter what we were doing, but for the four of us to sit together and talk and do things. So yesterday, 2 big parcels arrived, and there's much interest, mostly from Lucas, who couldn't understand why I didn't open them immediately. But he said to me, when I get a parcel, I open it immediately, straight away. But that's because Rebecca and I, along with Matt, had a bit of a meeting last night about our gift. So, having thought about it for some time, I decided to splash out, and eBay being the treasure trove that it is, found a family who were selling their Nintendo Wii with all of the paraphernalia that was part of them as a family, having enjoyed it for a long time. So we got 2 big parcels. We've got the console and a bunch of games, not all of them which we'll keep, but lots of them that are fun. And I chose the Nintendo Wii because it is so interactive, because you have to play tennis like a tennis player and golf, and the games are interactive and very physical, and I thought that would be a lot of fun for us. So it arrived yesterday. It's quite exciting. We unpacked a bit of it this morning. We've even got things like this, which is the Tony Hawk Ride skateboard. You've never seen a skateboard with power buttons and controls on the side of it. I'm quite keen to have a go at this because you can do all kinds of tricks. You can ride courses. You can do all kinds of things, and you've got to. It is cambered, so it'll require a bit of balancing. But I'm quite excited to have a go at that. We've got enough controllers and steering wheels and things for all 4 of us to play games together. And going to try and do some work today and not spend, or just resist the temptation to, in the middle of the day, start setting up a games console on our TV in the living room. Playfulness. It's so important to be playful. It's so important to play and to never stop playing. We live in a serious world. We live in serious times. One of the things that excites me about the skateboard is that I have a skateboard. It's in the garage. It's a bit dusty at the moment, but 2 friends of mine, Louis and Anton, gave it to me together. They're brothers. Gave it to me for my 30th birthday. So I've had it for nearly 20 years. And it's fun. I haven't been on it for ages because around here there's not much to do that's exciting on a skateboard. But when I worked at the university, Rebecca and then Hannah and Matthew, my older 2 children, and I, before Lucas was even on the scene, we would go off every now and then. Hannah got rollerblades, Matt on his scooter because he was quite little, Rebecca on her rollerblades. She used to do ice skating, so she's pretty nifty on her rollerblades, and me on my skateboard. And we'd go and skate around the new campus, which was full of beautifully smooth paths and a couple of gentle hills that you could zip down. And Rebecca told me once, after we were out and we came together, sort of rollerblading and scootering, and then me on my skateboard past 2 of the university security staff who were just having a walk around. And I came past them, and Rebecca came past just a little bit later, and she heard one of them say to the other one, "Don't you think he's a bit old for that?" And I thought, yes, I've achieved something. I've been judged as too playful for my age, which I don't think it's possible to be, really. So today I just want to ask you where the child is in you. And we need to be quite clear when we talk about that invitation that in the Christian faith is part of Jesus saying, is part of experiencing the whole of the gift of God in the whole of your life, in the whole of the moment you're in, and all of it accessible to you. There needs to be within you a child that is not pushed into a corner or grown out of, a child that maintains wonder and delight and excitement, and a child that is free in a way that as adults we are so seldom free. Where is the child in you? And what does the child like to play? And how does that playfulness shape your life today? What are you doing in this time of coronavirus that is playful, that is just fun in some way? Now, that might involve some kind of physical activity, it might involve some kind of mental gymnastics, maybe it involves just enjoying good British or other comedy, because one of the things I like about living in the UK is that I really appreciate the sort of self-deprecating, ironic humour. I'll talk a bit more about that another day, because there are some things to say about that. too. But how are you going to play today? What will you do that's playful? Where is the child inside you today? And how will you let that child out in some way that is fun and affirming and relaxing and maybe leaves you laughing on your own or with others? How are you going to play today? I'm quite sure that our guinea pigs play. And they don't play in order to learn how to hunt for the kale that just rains down on them from above whenever a great big human hand arrives. Maybe there is an element of, well, I'm sure there's an element of instinct and learning in our play for all of us. You know? But really, is that it? You know, animal behavioral scientists, some of them just seem to suggest that everything is utilitarian. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a function. That animals live as efficiently as possible, and they live to survive, and they do everything they can to survive, and they learn how to survive even through their play, which doesn't make it much fun, does it? So I think our guinea pigs play. They certainly have different personalities. They certainly exhibit quite different personalities in the ways that they go about interacting with us, with each other, the things they do. One of them is Jamie. Jamie climbs on things, he sits on things, he likes to be up high, he's an adventurer, he runs like a loony. And Derek is much quieter, he's less confident, he doesn't come to us as easily, he just seems more, and I'm doing it, aren't I, thoughtful and reflective. He's a guinea pig. But why not? Why not? So today, not that it's mine to do, but I want to invite you to play in some form. We might get our Nintendo Wii running today. I might do some skateboarding today. No doubt we'll break a light fitting or do something flailing around in our living room at some point, and we'll all laugh about that as well. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And more than anything, we'll remember having fun. So have some fun, whatever that might be for you. And if you're having a really tough day, you're having a really down time, you're having a really it's hard for you to not be very worried, not be anxious somehow, then maybe don't have any fun today, or don't expect yourself to have any fun today, but just do something that even before has felt like play, or that is just a complete escape in some way from how you're feeling right now. And if that means binge watching some TV, or I don't know, whatever it is, just do it. Just do it. Jump on your bed. Don't make a hole in the ceiling. Don't do what I did a while ago. Jump over the bed onto the bed, over the end of the bed onto the bed, and actually break the bed. I did manage to repair the bed. That was quite a while ago. But have some fun. Even if it's hard to do, have a go. See how it goes. It's part of us being alive, part of us being human, part of us being part of an animal kingdom that I don't think always does everything for a functional reason, but sometimes just does things because it's a joy to be alive, even just in one little way, today and every day. So have some fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.